Hello, hello, and welcome to Hero Infinite with Zaid.
Suffer at the hands of a furry. Hi.
And I'm just gonna start playing our character theme softly in the background.
Yeah.
If the music is too loud, people, please let me know. I've been trying to work a lot on the Twitch stream audio balancing, and I know for a couple of my videos it was god fucking awful, and I didn't realize till I'd already recorded. But... So... Ooh, hold on. Okay, Zed, speak real quick. Should've done this audio balancing beforehand. Okay, you should still be good. So what I was saying was, alright, words. I can speak them. Oh, we're off to a great start this session.
It's okay. This always happens, but it gets good later, chat. I promise you. I promise you.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Zed. So, as we're gonna go right into the opening. As we begin, so we open up with like a discordant city, you know, like the streets of discordant city, a dark alleyway. It's later in the day, and a woman is crossing through an alleyway when some movement occurs, and you know, you hear like the sound of a dragging pipe. And a thug steps from the shadow, drawing a switchblade on her. Give us all the money you got in your purse, dame. Another two thugs walking up behind, one of them having picked up a pipe off the ground. She steps back nervously, and the camera pans around behind one of the thugs and emerges out to Zed in the OSP HQ, talking with Sergeant Miller was her name, right?
That was Commander Miller.
Commander Miller. Yeah, I was like, my brain was like, Sergeant Miller. I'm like, that's not the name. But what is the name? You know what I mean? Commander Miller.
Yeah.
Commander Miller. And as like the camera like swings around into it, she's sitting there talking. It's like, now that you're operating, or we're trying to make you sorry. Now that we're trying to get you operating legally, it's important for us to go over the proper terms of engagement for when you're trying to take out criminals.
Didn't we go over this before, though? It was I subdue them and then wait for the police to get to the crime scene, and then I can give my account of it and what happened.
But if you want to truly protect your ass, or if you truly want, no, she says, if you do truly want to protect your tail, you need to follow more steps than that. And she sets down a sheet of paper. That's the full sheet on the vigilante laws in Discordant City. And you like look at it, and she starts like reading it out. And as she does, the camera continues spinning around and pans behind you, and it comes out. You know, we see like the symbol on the back of your coat. And still showing the symbol on the back of your coat, we pan over and we see it's an alleyway, and you're like stood up above the alleyway on a fire escape. As tempting as it can be to stop a crime that you know is going to happen before it actually does, that you can't. No crime has been committed. If no crime has been committed, then you can't properly arrest somebody. They'll simply walk free.
I gotta catch them red-handed.
Exactly.
Seems simple enough. Just delay my jump into action.
Most of the criminals that you and the other vigilantes have been arresting, you've been catching before there's any actual crime that's been committed. Which is very good on paper, and is the way it should be done. Or is the way it should be done in a perfect world. But we don't live in a perfect world, and a good lawyer can free them if they haven't actually done anything. And as that's being said, has like that sort of a voiceover, has the fight, or as the people in the alleyway are there, and like the woman holds out her purse and they snatch the purse from her, and like he like is digging through it and like pulls out like the money and is like counting it, and you know, now is your chance to jump down, which I'm real quick. Your character colors are yellow and black, right?
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, yellow,
Which
black,
has
black.
ended up conflicting with a lot of players who have the same color scheme.
Yep, everybody wants yellow and black as their color scheme.
Well, I just want to say it. I've had this for Zed forever, so.
Yeah, you got here first, so.
Yes. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me bring up the. Hang on. Oh. The combat UI. Yeah. Yay. But you get first maneuver. So would your plan be to like do a stealth attack or jump right down and attack them immediately? Like, you know, bombastic entrance or careful stealthy entrance, I guess is the question.
Bombastic entrance. And by bombastic, I mean, can I throw a scroll and just have like swarms of like inky birds like...
Oh, hee. Don't worry about describing your action just yet, because this fun intro I have planned isn't done yet. So like, we have Zed step up onto the railing of the fire escape, and I imagine you like turn around, put your hands out, and like fall backwards to do a flip and land down, all badass style.
Yeah.
And as you fall backwards, you fall down, and then we show you touching down and landing in a position like inside of the OSP in a little like training area where all the other unusual people that they have working for them are. You remember the place we described previously?
Yes.
And you are fighting with Commander Miller, who is currently wearing like just like her baggy pants and a tank top shirt. You know, she's like taking off her normal like formal upperwear, and she's standing in like sort of like something akin to a karate or jujitsu pose, but not necessarily aligning with any one martial arts style.
Mixed martial arts.
Which I'm gonna use this to mention, the training in martial arts you've wanted to have your character get. Add that to your character sheet, that you now have martial arts training and receiving a bonus die where applicable, which is 99.9% of the time going to be in a martial art or in a hand-to-hand fight situation.
Hell yeah. +1.
The most remember, your first move in a fight is the most important one. You can't go in or when you go straight, or most people's instinct is to immediately go in for a strong hit, aiming for a head or upper body blow. But what you want your first move to be disable to leave your opponent as unable to react as possible. Now, come at me again. And she sort of like does a hand motion for you to attack her. How do you attack Commander Miller? We're doing a little bit of jumping forward and backward in time, haha.
Yeah, I'm gonna like go forward and kind of like try and strike her, but then reel back, and at the reeling back actually go for like a kick. I'm like that one thing, fainting, but with like with an E instead of an A.
So repeat, you're gonna go for a punch, but then go for a kick instead?
Yes.
Okay. So rolling 5 dice plus 1 for martial arts skill.
Yeah.
You know how I always mention that there's one thing I forget to do before every session? Didn't bring up my dice roller.
Wonderful.
It's okay, don't worry. So, you run towards Commander Miller, trying to perform the attack you did. You got 4 successes and 1 dice break, compared to your opponent who got 3 successes. Meaning it would be a draw unless you want to spend hero points to change that.
I'll let it be a draw. Seems fun.
So, as you run toward her, you run by the camera, and suddenly we're in the alleyway, where you go, like the thugs all look up like confused. One's like, it's Ink Shadow! And the one that says that, you go for the fainting punch, and he goes up and blocks it, and then you go into the kick, and he like stumbles back and like happenstance avoids the attack. You know, not that he was trying to dodge, but that he was just trying to get away from you and managed to avoid the hit. But they're all sort of like caught off guard and are nervous. They all look up panicked, and you like take in a breath, and then the camera like moves as you breathe in. It moves in on you on your closed eyes, and when you breathe out, it pans out, and you're standing in a little facility with or in like a lab with a bunch of wires and stuff hooked up to you, and there's little tanks of your ink around you. And laying out in front of you is a sheet of paper. And Miller's in the room. She's like, we've been trying to read more about possible uses of your ability. Studying how you work. Do you think you could try and do something for me?
What is it?
Have you? We know that you could move your ink. You can. When you create ink constructs, they can come to life, and you can move them around. But have you ever tried moving it while it was still on a surface?
Well, I mean, I can move them back onto the surface. I mean, I've never tried, but does Ed? I can
put your hand on the paper.
I'm gonna do that. Yes. Put my paw on the paper. Smile.
And then she puts her hand on the other side. And she says, "Channel the ink in your body to touch my hand. Move it across the paper."
Okay.
And as you do that, it moves across the paper, and you basically like, what do you want it to look like as it moves? I'll let you dictate the appearance of it.
I want it to look like it. I want it to look like a normal fox version of me, but with googly eyes, trying to high five Commander Miller's hand.
Oh my god, that's adorable! Like almost like a top-down view of it, like sort of like swimming forward and extending, and then like high-fiving, and it's just a goofy fox like you sitting on the paper.
Yes.
Which you do it successfully, and she's like, "Good." Now she takes her hand off of it, and you do the same as she does. Just try to move the creature up without taking it off the paper.
Up? Like, what do you mean up?
Command it to move the way you would command anything to move, but just don't have it leave the surface.
I don't quite follow. Me, the player, is not quite following.
She goes, "Here." She holds out her hand. "Make the fox on the paper high-five me again, but without leaving the paper." She's basically trying to try and move the paper using the ink that's soaked into it. If that makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
Which, you like sit there and focus on it for a moment, and the fox, like the paper raises up sort of floppily and connects with her hand.
Oh wow, this is really cool. I can do this.
The ink doesn't need to fully exit a surface to be movable. That vastly expands the possibilities that you have in the field. I wonder what would happen if we taught you origami. And that's when we're gonna reveal you have another piece of equipment on you. This time, compared to your normal stuff. In your bag, you can have whatever origami things you want to have prepared, from origami ninja stars to cranes to whatever, which are all coated in your ink and are fully animate because of it. Or as fully animate as you want. And as we move into the enemy's turn, they were so caught off guard by your intro into the fight that you actually get another turn. So, that first attack was a surprise round attack, essentially.
Sweet.
If we had a proper battle theme for you, I would definitely be playing it right now.
Yeah. My character's just gonna sit there like, I'm trying to avoid my fate as like the vessel of despair, end of humanity, but you guys are making it really hard by creating despair. Like, who steals a purse right now? Like, I know this economy is bad, but like, do you have any idea the medical bills you're gonna get from me and the cost of a lawyer. Okay, you know what? You like magic? Here, have a bird, and I'm gonna like use like an origami like bird, I guess.
Extend your hand and a bunch of origami birds fly out of your sleeve at them. So, background, I'm going to reveal a little bit of background stuff to viewers at this moment. Generally, what I encourage players to do is, because we don't have leveling here per se. Rather, if the players want new powers and abilities, I ask them to voice that to me, and we have a whole like chat in our private Discord dedicated to that, to them communicating abilities and upgrades they want. This is my way of trying to help fulfill. You asked for the ability to have like a projectile attack, didn't you?
I just wanted like stuff involving paper.
Yeah,
like,
that was one
paper.
thing. Didn't you also ask for like a projectile attack with your ink?
I'm pretty sure I had that for a while.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had like your
We
cans that
actually-
you threw, and like creatures that would jump off.
From the Magical Girl session, what's her face? Tanya took my spray cans, sprayed them all over, Discordant, and I kind of was able to make the ink come out, but in like a fireworky fashion.
But it had to already be off on another surface. Alright, never mind. Oh no, you got your paper control that you asked for. Yay! It just has to be coated in your ink.
Yes, and I will use this in very, very funny fashions.
But yeah, so you're attacking them using the origami.
Yeah, my little origami birds, and
Alright.
peck them to death. Just gonna be like, you know, most magicians can just have their birds come back and disappear again. I haven't trained these, so they're just gonna attack you because you look like birdseed.
Oh, sorry. Again, I want to throw out a thing to you. We've been in the gradual transition from Alpha 1 to Alpha 2 of the system. One change that has come with that is that generally goon-type enemies don't actually roll dice. It's just you rolling dice and they have a level that you have to roll over.
Okay, that's insane.
So I'm gonna let you know right now, this is a level 3 challenge to land a hit on them.
Okay.
Or does that affect you wanting to spend hero points in any way?
No, but I want to ask, the lady who got her purse stolen, is her negative emotions enough to trigger my thing, or not?
Oh, what, the stat boost?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Because now she sees the hero Ink Shadow is here, and is like, yay.
Weird.
I think I mentioned before, like, generally, in general gameplay, that is only going to kick off during large-scale disasters.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, it's like,
what
you know,
about
like
the,
a kaiju
artist
attack on the city,
thing?
or a terrorist attack, or a bank robbery. It has to be something that causes distress for a large number of people.
Alright, what about the artist thing where I get a +1 to the creation of... Oh wait, this isn't the creation of magical artwork, never mind. Yeah, I'll just
Calls
roll
on that, though. So what was that?
I'll do... I won't spend hero points, I want to see what happens just as is.
Alright. You got 4 successes, which is enough that your attack does 1 damage. Hang on. There we go. The thing has ticked up. Aha! So you send out the things and they all like fly at him and they like cover him in paper cuts, but he's like, oh, like falling back and stumbling a little bit, and one of them's just like, man, it's becoming so unbearably hard to be a purse snatcher in this city. And this is leading into their turn. It's the one with the pipe, and he's gonna like run at you with the pipe and basically try and swing it at you.
Okay.
Again, level 3, what do you want to do to try and avoid it?
I want to, like, do a flip over him and kick him in the back.
Alright.
And you know, I'm gonna use my get the martial arts bonus. Smile.
Yeah, that gets you martial arts bonus. That's a good call. You got 2 successes and 2 dice breaks.
So 0.
Womp womp ba-da. Wow. Also, hang on. Alright, no, never mind. My brain's all over the place because I'm making a lot of plans for future sessions currently and like things to do to make the streams more engaging.
It's okay.
But yeah. So it is a break even, which means like he runs to attack you and you like go. It's like you said you were gonna try and backflip over him and kick him.
Yes.
So that was a counterattack, which meant it came with a disadvantage, which means actually that's another -1. So all in all, you actually have a total success rate range of -1.
Uh-oh.
So, with -1 plus minus another 3 because this was a level 3 challenge.
Uh-oh.
Or this was a level 3 attack from him, I should say, which means you go to do a backflip and like you jump in the air and he swings it up over him and he hits you mid-air and slams you back to the ground as you try and jump away.
Oh. I seriously have to fight serious against you nerds. God damn it.
It's back to your turn because that was the goon's turn.
Okay. Luckily, I have a trick up my sleeve.
I should explain how these guys are working mechanically, because again, we're sliding into level 5, or I mean Alpha 2, level 5. In Alpha 2, so these are goon class enemies. Their strength is directly proportional to the number of them. There are 3 goons, so every challenge is level 3, because the implication is that they're all trying to do things to you at once, and we're just sometimes maybe only focusing on one of them. So what that means is that once as you fight them, the fight will become easier with each goon you take out.
Okay. By the way, I'm on the floor right now, right?
Yes.
Would it be feasible to say that I have some paper hidden in my tail?
Yes, that is enough of a thing that your character would realistically do that I will allow it.
Yeah, fluffy boy.
Sorry, actually, I do want to show a thing.
Yes.
There's now 3 black dots. Every time you cross one of the dots, you've knocked out a goon.
Okay, cool beans. Speaking of cool beans, I'm gonna be like, I have a trick up my sleeve. Or should I say, my tail, and I'm gonna swish it in his face and just have papers with ink on them, just push it at him, but have the papers kind of stick onto him and then explode in his face. Yeah.
I like that, creative thinking.
Yes.
Again, level 3 attack, or level 3 opponent.
I will spend 5 hero points.
5 hero points?
Yes.
Okay. You come out to... So, you got 3 successes with 2 dice breaks, which means 1 success. Which means you don't... you throw the papers at him, he starts batting them away, and, starts throwing them off as they all explode, and he looks like, "You're gonna kill me!"
Not gonna kill you. Explosions aren't even remotely that dangerous. Knock you out, sure, but this is the whole point, but... Right.
Seriously. Giant moths! Foxes, telekinetic foxes! Laser gun wielding robot people? What the fuck is the city coming to? I remember the days when you just had a corrupt cop where you threw him half the money and you got away with a crime! And he's gonna try and throw the pipe at you.
You're gonna throw it at me?
Yep.
Okay. Can I You know that thing they do in breakdance where they kind of like do like they stand on one hand and they have like their legs in the air and kind of like a V shape?
Yeah.
I want to like do that, use my legs to catch the pipe, and then do like a little like windmill and throw it back at him, basically.
Okay. That's a counterattack which comes at a disadvantage, keep in mind.
I would also like to spend 5 more hero points.
Buying 5 more dice?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got 5 successes, removing 1 from the disadvantage, and and they're level 3, so that's you need 3 of the successes to get 1 hit, which you do, and then every success on top of that is another damage.
And I'm assuming that martial arts doesn't apply to this, right?
Oh, you know what? It would.
Oh,
Good call.
Wait. Yeah.
The martial arts doesn't increase the success range, though. But either way, you have dealt 2 damage back on him. So you catch the pipe and throw it back at him, and it pink hits him, and he's like, ah, mother, ah.
You know, this is why you're the bottom of the barrel criminals. Sure, you can push over some money to corrupt cops and all that, but you gotta learn how to adapt. What would happen if your cop disappears and is replaced by a goody two-shoes that ends up taking over the department? How are you gonna adapt after that? If you can't do that, you can't possibly hope to contend with the likes of me or the Moth or anyone else. Also, why does everyone keep on thinking that I'm telekinetic? That's not part of my power set. I don't know why everyone keeps on thinking that. Like, oh, the chicken. I haven't seen him in a while. What he's doing? Let's not turn into chicken nuggets. Would it be offensive if I ate chicken nuggets in front of him?
Get a hero point. It's your turn, though.
This time I'm gonna like throw the papers onto him and have it stick onto him, but this time instead of exploding, I'm gonna throw ones with like little like doodles of trees and kind of just like have the trees like bind him basically.
Okay. So you're gonna try and have like the roots come out of the paper and wrap around him.
Yes.
See,
Well,
I kind
also,
of like I've given you low key like a Green Lantern power of sorts, if that makes sense. And I love that.
Honestly, when you put it that way, yeah.
Like Green Lantern power in that like your power is basically creating constructs of your of whatever you want. It's just that we have the big asterisk of there's prep time beforehand implied.
Yes, but also as like it's kind of like a impersonal character thing where my character would be 100% more overpowered if he actually cared to like make his paintings of things that were like way more useful in the situation.
Like a Glock?
He likes, yes, like if I had a painted Glock, no one would be safe. But my character likes pulling things from nature and mythologies and things of his interests.
Again, like Green Lantern, straight up, like the Green Lantern always summons like little jets and handcuffs, and there's a fucking arc where I want to say it's Lex Luthor gets a power ring, and he strips like, you absolute idiot, like you could create anything, and he just literally starts rending people on the atomic level. It might not have been Lex Luthor, it might have been someone else, because they basically create a thing that tears atoms apart.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna just wrap him in paper and
Bind him, yeah. So let's see here.
yeah.
Doing a roll. This is gonna get your artistic talent buff.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay. Holy fuck. So you know when you get a chain success?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, so the sorry, I didn't mention this. The black dots mark as like stoppers on your attacks, you know what I mean? So when you hit a black dot, whatever amount of damage you would have dealt beyond stops. until you attack the next opponent. Which, I bring that up now because that just happened. So, you throw them all at him, and he's like, ah, yeah. This is the one that... Or, were you throwing them at the one that had been using the pipe?
Yes, the one that had been using the pipe.
As you throw them all out, and one of the other ones that was off to the side is now, like, running over to attack you, and they all hit him, and it happens to him instead. And he just, like, falls over, and he's held, like, in place like a statue, and he's like... What
happened to the guy with the pipe?
He's still standing.
Oh.
He's like a fucking buff bald dude. A little bit on the older side. Like, you'd wager he's in his late 40s, from the looks of him.
My character's just gonna be like, I'm willing to wager $20 to Commander Miller that at least one of you is a well-meaning failing man who's making money off of this, but you're not telling your precious little ones. We'll look at them with like my hands on my hips. I'm like leaning forward. I'm like smirking at them.
The one with
is this true?
The one with the knife is like, nah, I'm a college dropout. And then the bald dude, he's like, I've been single all my life. And then with the one with the knife, he's gonna go, ah, and start running at you with the knife.
Go look at him and be like, I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, this is... Can't bring knives to a brush fight, but okay. I'm gonna try it again. Can I flip over him and place, like, the same kind of, like, paper on his back?
Another tree paper?
Yeah, and would my martial arts or artist thing apply to this?
Both to apply, yeah.
Yeah!
But it's a counterattack, so it comes with a disadvantage.
Indeed.
You remember you can spend hero points to get rid of the disadvantages or buy extra dice?
I will buy 4 of them.
Alright. So again, remember the thing I said about how black dots stop progression?
Yeah.
You jump over him, slap the paper on his back, and immediately, like, the tree branches wrap up and, like, basically put him in, like, a straitjacket as he drops the knife and falls over. And he's just, like, writhing on the ground, like... You know?
I feel bad for whoever birthed you. Besides, there's other options than being a criminal, being, like, a dropout. Like, you could learn, you know, a trade or something, man. Like, my friend Marcus, his uncle, became, you know, like a mechanic, and his cousin became a plumber. They make good money.
Yeah, but I dropped out because I like doing this.
Oh.
You know, they always say, pursue what you love doing, and I like stabbing people! And he starts writhing around into the little, like, root jacket again.
Don't struggle. I got this one I painted when I saw a deadbeat man who was depressed because his life led to nowhere. I probably should have talked to him, but instead I created art. You know, you're gonna be held by the gripping feeling of that dude's alcoholism, probably.
Jesus, get a hero point for making me laugh.
Okay. And that also just another little bit of disrespect, like boop him on the nose, but then put some ink on it. I want to make the ink red and just be like, now you get to be a clown too.
Get that clussy.
No.
That clubussy.
Alright, who's next? Is it still like...
It's just the bald dude
more...
now. And it's your turn, and he puts his hands up and he's like, alright, I understand what I've lost.
I don't think you have. You probably have a trick up your sleeve, like something incredibly dangerous that you want to pull as your ace.
The gripping feeling of alcohol. Sorry, chat. He's like, no, I'm just a common thug. I'm not whatever the hell you freaks have been fighting. I'm not on your tier, and I'm gonna lose this fight.
Really? Because you feel like the ringleader of this little posse.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, it's not like I've been fighting things like you. It's like you said, I'm out of my league now.
That's not gonna stop you from trying now, is it?
He gets down on his knees with his hand still up.
Really?
You're gonna, like, call the police now or something?
Okay, let me do it. While you're at it, do you want to eat the last of my chicken nuggets? They're cold.
You say that to the guy?
Yes.
He's just sort of like...
Cold, I don't want them.
He's just glaring at you, but the one writhing around the ground is like, ooh, I'll have them, and he, like, turns over and has his mouth open.
Like, try and toss it into his mouth? What?
You're just on the phone calling the police, throwing the nuggets to his mouth. And as you're doing that, or distracted, the guy gets up and starts to run away. Which, I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna give you a perception check to see if you realize that happening with your distraction.
Okay. Can I do three hero points?
Alright. Holy fucking shit, that's a really good roll.
Okay.
Yes, you realize.
In that case.
You see him get up and start to run.
Instead of me running, can I get a painting scroll, have it go from my painting onto the surface of a wall, and make it kind of be like this, like, tree sprite of sorts, and have it run across a wall, and when it meets the criminal, it, like, shoots out its branches to get him?
Yes. It's gonna be a hard check. I'm gonna say that's a level 4 check.
Okay. Does my artistry thing apply to this?
Yes.
And I would also like to spend another 5 hero points.
Damn.
Ah.
So you send out the roots and they extend out and he's running and like they start shooting out of the wall and he's like barely like avoiding them before he turns and runs and he's basically escaped you at this point.
Whatever shall I do?
And with that,
well,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Police can have their fun. I'm just gonna call them up. I'm gonna be like, is the lady still here? So I'm gonna hand her purse back to her.
Yeah, she's still here. She's like, oh, thank you, Ink Shadow, thank you.
No problem. Also, I trust that you'll stay here for police questioning so that, these guys get tried for their crimes of trying to rob you. And also, inform the police of the last one that got away, including a description of him and everything.
Of course.
Can I sketch onto one of my papers what he looked like? Like,
yeah,
try
you
to
can attempt that.
him. Yeah. And since I'm not trying to create something magical, it's just like a sketch of him.
Right?
Yes.
Oh. 2 successes and 2 dice breaks. I think you put your hand on the paper and it just creates like a sort of like, you know that toy with the magnet powder dust where you like put the beard and the hair on the dude?
Oh,
looks like that.
Yeah. Gonna be like, I just met him and I've already forgotten it. I trust you can give an accurate description, right, ma'am? You were kind of sitting there for a minute or two.
Oh, of course. But I assume you're gonna, like, you as a player, you're still gonna stick around, right?
Yes, I'm gonna stick around and, like, wait for police questioning and stuff. Do that.
So we cut. Hold on. Hang on. Shit. Give me a second. Sorry. Discord's being a butt right now.
All good.
Sorry, Discord problems.
All good. Take your time.
Come on. Sorry. I hate it when I have these kinds of problems.
Hey.
Here we go. Sorry. I got it. So, we cut ahead to later on, and you're like, you're in, like, outside the alleyway with the police right after having finished, like, the debrief with them, and you hear, like, somebody walking up, and you hear from behind you, well, that's the that's the 48th arrest since we trained you. That's looking pretty good. And you look and you see it's Miller there. Quite a few arrests in 1 month. That'd be a good record for a police that'd be a good record for an entire police precinct, let alone one person.
One of them did get away, but I don't want to put the police completely out of business. But it is welcome, considering I haven't needed to go on the most threatening of missions. I can just take time to chill out and do this while I'm, just do my homework, though this couldn't have come at a worst time. I was working on my freaking project.
Got it.
Running past me, they ran into said project. Now I have to go home and recreate my diorama of the mitochondria.
Huh. Here, that's the powerhouse of the cell. She gives sort of a smile. And then you hear again from behind you now. Like, you turned around to face her, you now once again hear from behind her. Finally, I get to meet the great Ink Shadow. And you look over and you see, like, picture a stereotypical police chief. That's what's walking towards you. Older guy, he's got the little, like, caterpillar mustache over his lip.
Oh.
It's like the patrolman's sunglasses.
He either has in older depictions, donut. In modern depictions, a cup of coffee.
He does not have either in hand currently.
Oh.
The name's Chief Chief... Bleh. Bleh. I can use words. The name is Chief Bailu. Bailu? Is that what I made his name? I have it written down, but I don't remember how I pronounced it. Chief Bailu.
Good afternoon, Chief. And yes, you are looking at me with the Ink Shadow, but could you also do me a favor and spread through the city that I do not have telekinetic powers? Why does everyone say that? Where?
Miller says, probably because of the chicken. I don't know anything about chickens, but I know I've been wanting to give you this. And Baloo holds out a little fucking walkie-talkie.
What's this for?
Consider symbol. I want to deputize you.
Appetite me. I'm gonna
Well,
look to Commander Miller.
well, I've been all for these vigilantes helping the city. Between you and the moth, crime is seeing all-time lows, and my job has been easier because of it. That and it helps the people, of course.
Well, I suppose I can't say no to this, but I'm gonna look to Commander Miller and be like, should I be taking this?
She sort of gives you a look of like, or a look and sort of like, you know, gives like a smile and like tilts her head to the side, you know, like the one eye slightly closed smile, head tilted, like arms folded, like you wanna kinda look, like so basically saying it's your call without saying it.
And you're like, I guess I'll take it, though.
Great. Anytime there's a major problem or anytime there's a big problem, we'll try and get the message out to you and the moth and see if we can't get either of you to help.
I'm meaning to meet that fellow. I wonder if he's heard of me. I haven't heard much of him aside from that moth.
Oh, he's great. He's helped us capture so many criminals. Anyway, I'll leave you two with whoever this chick is. And he pats you on the shoulder and turns to walk. And he's like, "Hey, don't be so rough with them. They may be criminals, but they deserve to be treated right," he says as he walks towards the other officers. And Miller's
I'm just gonna look at him and gonna be like, I wonder how Marcus's parents would feel about seeing an officer say that. Must be shocking.
And then Miller's like, well,
I
I'd say that was a good sign.
Something tells me that your appearance is not a good sign, because I get the feeling that it's mission time, because I doubt you would have come out all this way just to congratulate me for my 48th arrest that didn't make the bureaucrats grasp their hairs.
Actually, you're wrong. I did just come out to congratulate you. That and I was at the end of my shift anyway. She gives like a smile.
Wonderful. Well, I don't suppose you want to go to the home of several young adults and watch us put together mitochondria, do you?
I think I'm good. And she starts to head off. You have a good day, Ink Shadow.
Not so sure I'm liking the ring of my own name anymore.
Too late to rebrand now, buddy.
It is. I'll roll with it. Though I really gotta reach out to a news station and tell them that I do not have telekinetic powers. Anyway, I should probably get back to Tanya and Marcus, and he's gonna pick up this messed up.
Sorry, I just forgot to patch the UI.
He's gonna pick up this damaged diorama. Hopefully we can salvage this, but Marcus is not gonna like the damage to it. Alright, let's go. Does anything happen while I'm walking?
Yeah. You start walking home. Do you turn back to normal? Or do you walk for maybe run across the rooftop still in your ink shadow form?
I'm gonna walk across the rooftop in my ink shadow form.
As you're heading home, you spend some time walking along. You got you're looking at the thing and it's mostly salvageable. The diorama, it just has one footprint on it. You think you'll be fine?
Yeah. We can still get an A for this project.
He didn't even break the paper mache. And then, as you're running, a mailbox lands down right in front of you on the rooftop, narrowly missing you.
I mean, he's scrambling to catch it. I got you.
Well, if it isn't Ink Shadow, and you look over to see a It is a voluptuous woman in a like lime green skin tight jumpsuit. With
Is it her?
What?
Is it the witch?
No, it's someone different.
Oh god.
A voluptuous woman in skin tight green jumpsuit. She's got long red hair and a mask that's colored like a classic domino mask that's colored green, and around her neck is a bright red bright red amulet of a rooster as she's just floating in midair with her hands out.
Okay, let's get this over with. You either want to kill me because I'm the vessel of despair, or you want to work with me because I'm the vessel of despair and bring about the end of humanity. And look, I'm not interested in either of those. I just want to get back to my school project, please. Like...
Oh, you're wrong.
Who are you?
You're wrong. Alright. Oh, hang on. I can use words. God, I can use words. Sorry. Got my tongue tied. Who I am? I am. And she like spins around in the air and like a bunch of like starts picking up like cars and streetlights and like mailboxes that all float in the air around her. She like basically makes them like spin around her like in like circular patterns. The mystic, I can use words. Jesus Christ, I'm getting so tongue-tied.
Mistress.
I am the mystic mistress. The most powerful psychic in the world.
You're dealing with psychics. Why are you coming to me?
Because my boss isn't exactly happy with what you've been doing here in the city. You've been a thorn in his side for long enough, Ink Shadow, and I'm here to I'm here to shine the light on your shadow and stop you from stopping crime.
That's it?
Yes.
You don't even want to kill me? You just want to disable me from stopping crime?
Oh, I'd love to kill you. But he's far too interested in exactly what you are. And you'd be a better test subject if you were still alive.
So look at her like... Yes, I am speaking Vietnamese. Fuck you.
Get a hero point.
Sweet.
I have no idea what you said.
Translation. God fucking damage. Was it crazy?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. She looks at you and she's like, speaking Chinese won't help you. And she's gonna throw a mailbox at you.
He's gonna be like, oh, you made this personal, bitch. And he's gonna like, shit, what am...
Actually, hang on. I'm gonna retcon what she said. I was trying to make something like funny offensive, but I think you need a better response. Magic spells won't help you, and then she throws the mailbox at you. I think it's a much better thing for her to say.
I'm gonna pull up one of my scrolls and just make it eat up the mailbox.
Like a dragon head or something comes out of the scroll.
No, it's gonna be one of my landscape scrolls, and you know how it's like a pocket dimension, and he's gonna have it eat the mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, avoiding her attack is going to be a level 4 challenge.
Does my artistry apply in this situation or no?
No, it's purely reaction time, I'd say.
Okay, I would like to spend 6 hero dice points.
Alright. This is gonna be a hard fight for you, ho ho.
Oh god.
Okay. You fail by exactly 1 point.
Oof.
So that means the mailbox goes flying towards you, and you like starts like reaching your coat, like scrambling, like trying to get something to avoid it, but you get hit by the mailbox still, and like poof, knocked back on the roof.
Oh no. Gonna be like, fuck.
It'll be far easier if you just submit to me.
I'm gay, so fuck you.
I'm gonna stop the music because it's been playing for a while and starting to bother me.
Oh, good. I'm gonna, I'm
Oh!
gonna go on the walkie.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I think I made a mistake and you've been playing as double audio this whole time.
Double audio.
Your audio feed has been
Uh-oh.
playing out onto the stream 2 times, so people might have been getting an echo from you.
Uh-oh, no.
Sorry, everybody. There's actually no way for me to fix that now, but I've undone it now, so hopefully the echo's gone.
My character's gonna be like, can I go on the walkie-talkie and like be like, there's a psycho bitch fighting me. If you see me, evacuate people in that area. 'Cause I don't want innocents to get hurt.
On the police
Smile.
walkie-talkie?
Yes.
Nice, that's a minor action, or I'm gonna say that's a free action. Get a hero point for it.
Sweet.
What are you gonna do? Hey, what are you gonna do?
He's gonna be like, what are mental users weak to? It's not like I can just turn my ink back into depression and give her mental illness. That'd be so easy to do. But I can't do that. So what would I nerve her? Well, there's always overstimulation. Can I,
That's my fetish.
no.
I'm sorry. I saw the opportunity for the joke.
Okay. And I just... Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Can I toss a bunch of papers at her and have them, like, just explode at her?
Yes.
Wait.
Again, she's a level 4 enemy, meaning to hit attacks and avoid attacks on her, you will need 4 successes.
Okay. Does my artistry apply to this? Smile?
I'll say yes.
Cool.
Spending any hero points or no?
I'll just spend the 1.
Spending 1? Okay.
Yes.
Good choice on spending that 1.
Oh, great.
You throw words. You throw out the papers and cause an explosion. Oh, whoops! I didn't bring. Wait, why is the UI not showing? Uh-oh.
It was showing just now.
Yeah, it just disappeared.
Insane.
There it is. Now it's back. It disappeared for a
Okay.
moment. I think it was a bug.
Okay.
Yeah. You throw the fucking the. God, I can use words.
Papers.
You throw the papers at her and
Papers.
cause all the little explosions around her, and she like. As you throw them at her, she at first like is just like doesn't even she like words. She doesn't perceive it as much of a threat because it's just paper, and basically like lets it get caught in a little psychic swirl going around her before they all explode, and she's like thrown off by it, you know.
Key.
Looks like you have some tricks up your sleeve. Luckily, so
Maybe.
do I. And you feel the ground, like she raises her hands and clasps them together, and you see like the ground around you starting to raise up like hands, and she's basically gonna try and close the ground around you.
Okay.
What do you do with your reaction?
I also have a trick up my sleeve.
What is it?
Can I... Actually, you know what? Where am I right now? Like, I'm still on, like, the rooftop,
Rooftops,
right?
yes.
Okay, it's time to make use of my parkour. Can I like not just like jump out of it, but like jump in between like two buildings and onto like the fire escapes and stuff?
Yeah, because we didn't. This is why I purposely don't describe environments in too great of detail, because then we can sort of play with the scene. Yeah, so you can use that way you can use your parkour to dodge. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yes. Yeah, +1.
Okay. You got 4 successes and 1 dice break.
Okay. Gosh, shit. No!
Do you want to spend a hero point to go to the dice break?
Yeah, I'll spend a hero point. Or how many is it supposed to be? 1 or?
It is, I believe, 1 to get rid of a dice break. Let me double check the rules.
Okay.
It is. Where is that section? Am I blind? I may be blind. Where the Oh, there it is. Okay, that's why the Google Drive wasn't loading far enough for me to scroll down far enough. It is 1 hero point.
1?
Yep.
Alright, I'll do that.
So you spent the 1 here. You spend the 1 hero point to avoid the attack.
Yes.
And she. So yeah, you sort of jump dodge between the fingers of the giant hands raising up as they clasp you, and you narrowly jump out of them as they clasp, and then are like up on like a fire escape of a nearby building. And it's your turn.
Okay. Gonna. Whatever shall I do? Shit. I'm trying to think.
Gonna get a brain blast.
Oh, I'm brain blasted right now.
Gonna brain blast that bussy.
No.
Gonna brain blast that clubussy. Callback humor. But because of that, Alyssa.
Can I pull out a painting of like a crescent moon and shoot a crescent moon at her?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
And does my magical artwork thing apply or not? Sweet.
Also, I think my computer fan can be heard in the background. If it can, I apologize. It's very hot right now. Also, I think my computer fan can be heard.
I don't see her on stream. Okay.
Also, oof. So,
uh-oh.
1 success with 2 dice breaks.
Uh-oh.
Which is negative success range, which means you'll actually hurt yourself in doing this.
Uh-oh. Does my painting just explode on me? Or what's happening?
So, then I'm going to spin that is you throw the crescent moon at, like, out of the painting at her, and it goes flying through, and she catches it with the psychic energy and throws it around back at you. And like, because it's a crescent moon, like the spikes of it stick either end of you at the to either end of you, and like around the building, sort of holding you to the building. She starts floating towards you. Oh, poor little fox. I've fought in far more dangerous creatures than you. And as she says that, she sort of like brushes her hand across the amulet of the rooster on her neck. You have no chance of defeating me. It's easier if you just come along silently. And she's like floating closer to you as she says that. Maybe I'll even be able to make you my little pet as she boops you on the nose. and she's
I
gonna.
transmogrify. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say she's basically gonna start trying to wrap telephone poles around you.
I was gonna say, can I transmogrify the crescent moon into a series of tree branches?
So we've never discussed if that's a thing you can do with a already created painting.
Yeah, it basically be like him, I guess. It'd be like him. Okay, this analogy will make sense once I say it. It would be like me taking like a 3D model of a bush and somehow making it into a castle. That's my mind. Like,
I'm gonna say
yeah.
you can do it at disadvantage, editing an already made painting.
Okay. I would like. I'm assuming I don't get my artist thing for this, right?
You do.
Oh, okay.
And this is a counterattack, so you have 2 disadvantage on the roll.
I will spend 9 hero points.
9 hero points.
Yes.
And of course, it's a level 4 challenge, remember, as well.
Yeah. And basically, I want the branches to just like shoot in all directions. Some of them might go towards her, but they're not necessarily aimed at her. I'll let you decide if they even like hit her, but I want it to kind of like form around me so that the telephone poles don't go around me.
Oh, so you just had a very good burst chain. So let's hear. You have
Sweet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes. Now that's -2 from dice breaks, bringing it down to 9. Reduced by 4 because of challenge level. That's 5 successes you counterattack with. Dealing the max amount of damage you can deal with an attack on a turn. So, fucking acer roll right there. You focus your energy and the fucking all the tree branches fire like I like to think it's like trees grow from the crescent moon and they all start catching the telephone poles that she's gonna bring down around you and like start like basically like shooting out and like just narrowly not hitting her but basically like pinning her in air in place. And she's like and she's like pinned in a weird position by all the branches holding her.
You will. It'll be like we both have tricks up our sleeve, but I can think on the fly pretty well, although I did not know I could do that. That could have been really bad if I didn't do that.
So now it is
one more thing that I could be tested on. Right. I want to run along the tree branches and try and drop kick her out of the air.
So like the moon widens enough to let you get out of it and then you run her along?
Yeah, run her along the branches and would my martial arts apply to me kicking her in the face? Yeah.
I'm gonna say
yeah.
This is coming at an advantage to you because she is pinned down, granting you an additional die.
Sweet.
What were you gonna say?
I also want to. Okay, I want to see what happens if I don't spend hero points, because spending hero points is fun, but I don't want to keep on forcing a situation.
I mean, hero points are one of your main advantages as a hero. So if you want to spend them, spend them. That being said...
Okay, in that case, I'm going to spend 5.
Oh, okay. I was about to declare what happens even if you don't spend it. Oh. So you've now gotten 4 successes with 1 dice break. To deal damage to her, you will need to spend a hero point to get rid of the dice break.
Is that including the 5?
Yes, that is including the 5.
Okay, I will.
Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. That dice break came from the 5 hero point dice can't get a crashing fail, so you actually just get 4 successes, successfully dealing 1 damage.
Ooh.
So you run through the air, drop kick, and you drop kick her, and like has you do like I imagine like slow mo, like you hit her in the face. She's flying back, and then she like releases a sidekick burst, breaking all of the branches that were around her. You know, and she flies back into the air, like sort of steadying herself, like holding her jaw as you land down on one of the branches that is still extended, like standing at the tip of it. You know.
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be like, had enough.
Impotent little fox. And she moves her hands out, and all the stuff that's been floating in the air all go flying towards you. Those that are not pinned on tree branches, that is. And you notice amongst the stuff she's throwing at you is actually a couple of the tree branches that she just burst away.
Okay.
What do you do?
I would like to make said tree branches explode to divert the trajectory of the other projectiles to
But
basically scramble.
not to harm her, just to avoid the damage.
Yes, just to avoid the damage. Would that still be technically considered a
It is not a counterattack. It is a parry.
Okay. Does that still have disadvantage, or?
Nope.
Cool.
So you just need to get 4 successes or more.
All right. I'm gonna see what happens if I don't spend hero dice, because I just want to see.
2 successes.
Oof.
So, which means 2 damage dealt to you. Boop, boop.
Oof.
So, I'm enjoying this slight tweak I made because it does low-key cap how much damage an enemy can do to you as a player with their attacks. You know what I mean? She's level 4, in no world will she do more than 4 damage unless you have a crashing failure.
Yeah.
It means that an enemy is a much more set difficulty value than they were previously. This is a good change. You're the first player I'm testing out the new tweaks to the roll that are being used for Alpha 2.
Oh, sweet.
So that's why it's been so long since those who are watching on Twitch. There's been a bit of a long pause since the last stream. That is why I've been like hammering out a lot of these things.
Okay.
So the frickin' you cause the explosions, you know, all of like the powder from the explosion is like in the air, and from it a few bits of rubble go flying through and like hit you, and one of them is a little piece of like projectile that like catches your shirt and pins you against the wall behind you. And she emerges from the dust cloud as it sort of like all like pushes aside from her psychic field. You've been getting on my nerves. You're almost as annoying as that little bug I had to face. But the chairman will be very much pleased when I bring you to him.
Lawson, I really need to compare notes, because I feel like we're starting to share a rogues gallery.
Get a hero point.
Oh, yeah. So you know how? Okay,
and it's your turn, by the way.
Is there like residue, like mist from the explosions?
Not that is usable. It's like something that very quickly is dispersed and gone, if you get what I mean.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to set a precedent of you being able to cause like chain explosions.
Yeah. I was actually gonna do something a bit more grim than that.
Oh god, what? Fucking drive it into her lungs?
Yes, actually.
That's grim. No, there is no dust.
Okay, cool. In that case, it's time for a little trickery. I'm gonna like get some papers out of my hail, but then pretend to fumble them and have them just like get scattered in the wind or fall onto the ground.
Okay. Is that all you do with your turn?
Am I able to hold my action? Or
yes, you can hold an action.
Yes, I'm gonna hold my action.
Which would eliminate any debuffs on a counterattack, essentially.
Sweet, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna have them scattered to the
on
wind.
A defensive action. Sorry.
I'm gonna... All good. I'm gonna have them scatter in the wind, but I'm gonna be like, no, shit!
Hmm.
Fuck.
She sort of like smirks and she's like,
Oh, what are you laughing at?
"You're such
You should be.
fool!" And she brings her finger, like one hand down and the other up, interlocking her fingers, and the fire escape around you is gonna try and like bend and twist into a cage.
This is where the fun part comes in. I'm gonna do the tree thing, but again with all the papers in the air and stuff.
Make all the papers have trees come out of them and like wrap around, like grab onto her and stuff.
Yeah, but also kind of like unfunny this fire escape. Yeah.
Literally just rolled enough to do damage.
Oh shit.
All of the
You did account for my
yes, I did.
artist thing, right?
I did. That's the one that. So the artist one rolled a 10, which is why you got just enough. Because it rolled a 10, which became a 9.
Sweet.
So the branches all extend out around her as she does the motion, and basically like they catch her. The metal begins to bend into the cage, but it like they catch her hand, and the metal like stops just before it becomes the cage she was trying to make. How dare you? As she like all of the trees, like she's like caught in air for a moment, caught in all the trees before she falls down, because like the tree branches start to fall down. And you like, I imagine you like stand up and like start to like dust yourself off, Job well done on your part. And then she starts to float back up. She's completely pinned in the position she's in by all the tree branches, basically in a big old ball of golden roots, which floats in the air. And she's like, I'm not done with you yet.
Then let us see your conviction.
It is your turn.
Oh. Okay. I want to pull out a painting scroll of an autumn forest and have razor-sharp autumn leaves shoot at her.
I'll allow that. That's very creative use of your power.
Yes.
They all go flying through between the tree branches and like give her little paper cuts all over.
Yeah.
You worthless vermin! And she's going to hurl her entire tree branch cage at you, like with her still in it.
Oh. How much damage did my autumn leaves do, by the way?
1 damage. You rolled just enough to harm her.
Okay.
So, to clarify, she's a level 4 enemy. So at 4 successes, you successfully deal 1 damage. And every point beyond is,
another damage.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I may make the call of 4 points is actually a parry, and like you have like a blades clash moment instead.
Okay.
Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I want to do to the tree branches?
What?
As they're flying towards me, I want them to dissipate into, like, the mist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you wave your hand and they dissipate away, and she just, like, comes from it and moves into, like, a hand grab motion. She grabs you by your neck and is holding you in the air now, floating. Which, hang on, she did one damage Rooney to you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Stinky! Has you by your neck!
No, she doesn't.
What?
You know what I haven't used this entire time?
What?
My bandoliers of spray cans.
Oh, you clever bastard, you're gonna blow them up.
Surprise!
That's a very smart thing. So you're just gonna, like, make them all explode? On your turn?
I'm gonna be like, from clear skies, the vessel of despair darkens it. And then boom!
I'm gonna grant you 2 advantage on that.
Hell yeah.
You rolled 2 successes and a dice break.
Fuck. I spend 4 hero points.
Wait, 4?
Yeah, just 4
What do you mean 4? You can't buy
hero
additional
points.
dice after I have rolled. After I've declared the
Yeah.
results of the roll. Sorry.
Alright.
That being said, you can
It's
buy
okay.
successes for 5 points, so for 6 points you can bring it to 3 successes, which still isn't even enough to hurt her.
Mm.
You would
So
need to
how-
spend 11 hero points to deal 1 damage.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm doing math.
And from there, every additional 5 is another damage.
Alright, I will spend 11.
11 to deal 1 damage? Okay.
Yes.
So, you explode your cans and, like, it sends both of you flying back, but you land back again on the fire escape, holding onto it, and she goes flying back and, like, steadies herself in the air with her psychic powers. You! I'll kill you! And she's gonna raise her hands up, and yeah, you blew up the cans on your turn, so it's her turn. All of the bricks are gonna start flying off the buildings and like start like flying around her in a maelstrom, and she's basically ripping the bricks out of buildings. You know, we get some funny scenes from that, like a man watching his television looking over and a woman taking a shower being like, oh! You know, the people all just like like looking out like through the bricks, like coming out, like what the hell, what? And she
I have a
basically
question.
becomes a big old brick golem. What's your question?
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could like jump on the bricks while they're flying through and kick her in the face.
Yes, I will allow that as a counterattack.
Okay. Of course, martial arts, and I would also want to spend 3 hero points. Boom.
All right.
Praying for success right now.
4 hero points and 1 dice break. You want to spread the hero point to get the hit?
Yes.
God, it's interesting. You're like getting a lot of close rolls this session. This is like
I
the first
know.
session in a while that like most sessions have either been complete domination or utter failure. This is the first one in a while that is like getting a lot of like middling rolls. So you jump across the bricks, do a flying like drop kick on her and like knock her back, and she sort of like stumbles and she's like, "Argh!" As you continue hopping across and like land in one of the buildings that you ripped open the wall of, and then she has the brick golem and like turns to look toward you in it, and you see all the people freaking out and scared, like, what is that? Oh no, is that another kaiju? Oh god. And you feel the despair flowing into you. An additional advantage point on all rolls from the fear of the public.
I'm about to do something so stupid. Hmm.
What are you gonna do?
I want to leap at the golem, and you remember how I like had the ink empowered like kicks and stuff?
Yes.
I want to try and like kick what I know, like where her body is in the golem,
Yes.
or no? I want to like kick it right there and just like destabilize her, and
Okay.
by extension it. So of course, advantage from the despair around me, and funny
Martial
martial
arts
arts
training bonus
training.
die.
And I will spend 4 hero points.
Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes and 1 dice break, meaning you deal the maximum 5 damage you can deal in a turn. But of course, she's got the last stand point, so you knock her down to nearly defeated. You jump through the air, like sort of spin through the air, and like you feel the despair flow into you. Has like the golden color of your fur starts to, you know how in the artwork you have your character art, you have all the different colored parts.
Yeah.
You feel all these different colored parts start to like spark up on your fur. Has the ink in your foot like builds up, like, you know, in like show animes when people do a kick or a punch or something, there's like the air around it moving in a pattern. you know, to show how strong of a punch it is.
Yeah.
Your ink does that on your foot as you rocket yourself through there. I like to think you launch yourself. I'm gonna add a detail. You drop a piece of paper with a tree on it, and you like step on that and throw yourself with the tree by making it spring up underneath you. And you kick the bricks, and you fucking shatter through them and destroy her golem in one fell swoop, knocking her out of it. And she goes flying back, and she's like holding her like chest. Like, you're far stronger than I expected.
And I am far stronger than you. And he's gonna like put his hands up. I really hope no cameras are watching, but I am a man who has been defined by a prophecy to bring about the apocalypse. It takes someone who's strong to bring about the apocalypse. It takes someone stronger to want to prevent it. He's gonna like pull out like the autumn scroll again.
She looks at her amulet for a long moment, like seeming to contemplate something. She's like, or she's like, you may be even stronger than the power that this amulet has given me. The chairman will not be pleased. But who will he be to challenge? The mystic vessel. And she smiles, and she starts flying towards you, holding her amulet out. And you feel the psychic energy, like, basically, like, push you back into the ground. And you see from the vessel a rooster start to emerge, comprised of, like, energy.
Okay.
And it flies out of it, like towards you. Are you gonna try and, like, attack the rooster, counterattack it, or what?
I'm gonna be like, this is the conviction I've been waiting for. And I want to pull out a painting scroll of... So, this is like an IRL thing, but you know how people do vent art sometimes?
Yes. That's vent art.
Can I pull out like a vent art of like a depiction of him as like a nine-tailed fox, bring like a destructive version of him?
Yes.
And I want to pull it out, and I want it to eat the rooster.
So, it jumps out, goes to bite the rooster, and the force of the rooster actually slams it back into the paper. You rolled very high, by the way. And they both become embedded into the ink as one painting. And you see the painting shimmer gold and red as the scroll flies back. And you see your scroll get blasted out of your hand. You're almost like shocked as this happened. And then the amulet that she was holding slams into your chest, and you feel like a draining sensation as you look to the amulet, and you see it start to turn from red to gold. And she starts laughing maniacally. Do you know what this is? This amulet was designed to absorb magic energy. I used it to gather the energy from the psychic defender of this world. And that's what I just threw at you. The full psychic force of the earth. And you know what I've gotten in return? And she pulls the amulet back, and as you like hold out your hand, you see the fur on your hand like shrink away as your hand turns to a human one. I have your despair, little fox. And she puts the amulet back on, and you see red fur start to grow from her body.
Wait, hold on. I want to touch on something.
What?
My character's original race isn't human. He's, like, born a fox.
Oh yeah, you're a magic fox.
Shit.
Actually, you know what? No. Get 5 hero points. Because you just gave me a way better way to do that. Instead, the fingers on your hands start to shrink away, and it's turning into a paw. And you shrink down as she puts the amulet on, and instead she starts to have like tattoos run across her body. You rewrite the scene to make it cool. and you turn into a little fox inside of your fur, and she flies away. She looks at you, she's like, No, she doesn't fly away. She looks at you, she's like, goodbye, little fox. And she sprints across the rooftop and runs away because she can't fly anymore.
My characters speak.
You go, or you like look up and you like, or yeah, you speak. You can speak.
My power. Can I still feel the despair around me or no?
Nope.
I'm looking for Commander Miller now.
As you start to scurry away, you hesitate for a moment, and you see the scroll off to the side. The one with the rooster and the fox on it.
Can I eat it?
It's too big to eat, but you can sort of carry it in your mouth.
Okay.
So you go to... You run around the city for a while trying to... Or I guess you'd go to the OSP headquarters, right?
Yes.
You start scurrying across the rooftops, you arrive at OSP. And you walk in through the automatic door, like prancing along as a little fox, and some people glance over, and at first somebody's like, "Oh, shoot, get out of here, animal, get out of here!" And one of the people who's like clearly an agent, and he's like, "No, hold on," and he kneels down and he like takes the scroll from your mouth and looks at it, looks at it still rolled up and looks to you, and he's like, I think this is one of Ink Shadow's constructs. And he holds down his arm for you to hop onto it.
Okay.
Do you say anything?
Yeah, no, I am not a construct. I'm in very big trouble because I don't think I have any of my powers anymore.
What? Let's take him to Miller.
Yep.
And we cut to the scroll is hung up on the wall, and tell the very tail end of what your story would be, like the last sentence.
She stole my power from me, and I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm not surrounded by the despair of those around me anymore, but at the same time, how long am I gonna be like this? Am I still gonna be able to talk later on? Like, in Myth, I'm the offspring of two foxes, two very evil magical foxes that used to be normal ones. Without my magic, am I gonna go back to being a normal fox and just make yips and yaps and just ask for pets because I'm mildly domesticated?
This is very concerning.
Yeah, well, this bitch's name was the Mystic Mistress, and it seems like she fought the Moth and whoever he's fighting.
Now the powers of the Vessel of Despair lie in the hands of somebody who has ill intents. You were able to withstand the fate of what that power brings with it. I doubt she'll be able to do the same. We need to get your powers back one way or another. There's no two ways about it.
After all, she also mentioned another thing. Her amulet siphoned psychic energy from Earth's most powerful psychic defender, whatever that means, and I
and now
wonder.
It's in this painting. Whatever energy she had, when you said the fox ate it, she knocked it. That energy knocked your painting right back into the scroll, but your fox dragged it in with it.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna look at the painting. Can't do anything to it. It's just there. I'm just a fox.
You're not just a fox. You're a magical fox. Now without your magic.
There's nothing I can really
We've
Ew.
been trying to study magic ever since what started happening. And if there's anything I've learned, it's that an object that is supposed to have magic without it, it's like a empty battery. You can take in an energy that you, or you're waiting to take in new energy. So I wonder, you can't pull the ink off of here, but maybe somebody else can. And with that, the closing image of this of the episode is the item in storage, the little like baton that has the vessel of disease in it.
Oh no.
And that's the end of this session.
Oh my god. Okay, this session was really, really good.
So this session got delayed once, actually, like some background info, because I told Zed like I didn't have time. Like I had a part of a plan, but not a full plan together because I was so busy at the time. I'm glad that we delayed this because I think this came out very well now.
This has got to be one of my favorites because honestly, I want to see what kind of mischief I can get up to as a little fox, an unassuming little fox.
Yay! I think this session went very well. Alright. Anyway, cool. I hope everyone watching has enjoyed. Have you all enjoyed? We'll see all of you next week for another episode of Hero Infinite. Ta-ta!
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.